All right. Our next question has to do with dressing. So it's a 5-year-old that can't wear t-shirts or pants on their own. So for shirts, the child can do it if the head is placed correctly for them. Then they can do the rest on their own. Likewise, the parents have to set up the pants in a very specific way in order for them to put it on the right side up. And so the problem is the child can't tell the difference between the front and the back of items, and can't get their clothing on straight if it's crumpled or the sleeves are flipped inside the shirt. So they want to know, like, well, how do I teach them how to dress appropriately? All right, so now this is a fairly complicated process, so it's going to take a little bit longer to explain. But we'll explain kind of like the process that we go through to teach our kids how to put on shirts appropriately, as well as put on pants appropriately. All right, so let's start with the t-shirt. Okay, so the very first thing that we like to do is we want to make sure we teach shirts that have a clear tag attached to them. You know, like, oh, the tag that's right at the neck. We start with those because those are the easiest ones for us to teach the child. So we make it really easy for the child. We put the shirt right on their chest or right on their lap. And we're like, where's the tag? And then they have to point to where the tag is. Once they're good and consistent where we can move the shirt a little bit around, they can still find that tag. Then we start to fold the shirt and we teach them how to unfold that shirt in order to find the tag. So the first thing we do is we fold the shirt in half, put it on their lap. I was like, find the tag. And what we teach them to grab the shirt, pull it out, and touch the tag when it's on their chest. And so what we do is we systematically teach every fold and every degree of that fold until we can get to the point where we can crumple up a shirt, give it to the child will unfurl it, flip it until they find it. Then they bring it up to their chest and they're able to touch the tag. So once they get to that point, then all we teach them to do is after they find the tag, they'll grab the shirt and they'll lay it out in front of them so that the front of the shirt is face down. Then we teach them to grab the bottom of the shirt, open it up, and put their head through. Now, the next step is probably one of the most important steps, and this is the part that will make or break it, which is when they go and after they bring it down, when they release, what do they do with these hands? And what I'll tell you is most kids place it in the wrong place, all right? So they might hold it too low. They might, and most of them, what happens is that they'll move their hands. So rather than up here and pull down, what happens is kids will go into different areas and then they'll pull the shirt down how they want to pull it down, and then the shirt gets all out of balance. Okay, so what we teach kids is, always grab it from the top and pull straight down. Once they pull straight down, now their arms are in the right position, the shirt is positioned correctly for them to put in the shirt correctly. So in the beginning, you have to go in and help your child. You got to make sure they know how to do it correctly because they'll start to do it wrong. And once they start to do it wrong, it's always harder to correct them after that than it is to make sure that they get it right from the very beginning. As far as the pants go, pants are so much easier than t-shirts are, you know. But the same principle applies, which is you're teaching them, how do I arrange the pants in front of me, recognizing the front of the pants from the back of the pants, you know? Now for pants, it's really easy. Why? Because most pants have zippers or buttons to indicate that that's the front, you know? And so that's what you want them to learn how to do is always flip it so that the front is facing up. Now, usually I don't teach the harder stuff like, shirts being inside out or pants being like one leg through and not the other leg until they get all of this stuff first. And so when I'm teaching a child how to kind of churn clothes inside out so that the right side is out, I usually start with socks, because socks are the easiest ways for them to notice, like, oh, okay, this is the inside of the sock versus the outside of the sock. And so you just teach the child to sort into like, this sock is right side out, this sock is inside out, you know? And then when you go to the ones that are inside out, you just teach them, stick their hands inside, grab it, and pull it through so that then the right side is out. And so then we start to do that systematically with shirts. You know, we'll pull one sleeve, put one sleeve in, and have them recognize when, oh, that part of it's missing, so that then they can correct it. But we do it very, very systematically. Oh, one type of thing at a time. And until they learn that thing, then we make it more difficult for them. All right. So hopefully that helps you. Unfortunately, like, it's a complicated process, you know, and I know it's a complicated process. So probably sometime in the next month, we'll actually show you how to do it in one of our streams here.